So just a few minutes to go before the start of our 6-year-old class. Kindly sponsored by Deb Heindl and Bellhaven Stud in Queensland. Interestingly, Jess Brown first out with Equus Indemand. Interestingly, why? Because Rod Brown is one of our 3 guest judges. This will be out of a home-bred mare, Equus Valentina. And Equus Indemand is a mare herself, and she is by the super sire Indoctro. And then the dam Equus Valentina is then also sired by Voltaire. So there's a massive amount of bloodline in this first horse, and you can see the Indoctro in Jess's horse just popped into the arena now. So first to go in our Bellhaven Stud 6-year-old class, Jess Brown from Central Coast of New South Wales and Equus Indemand. Plenty of scope. Jess Brown, Equus Indemand, just 2 rails down. And you can see that as progressively the heights get a little bigger, the ages get a little older. But Gavin Chester just kept asking these horse rider combinations a few questions. Coming out of the double, 2-stride double 9A, 9B. Built to be ridden on the 7. Just got a little wide on the 8, but jumped it well nonetheless. And then straight away, 3 to 4AB seems to be a fairly positive 5. Will horse and rider combinations elect to steady up and go wider? We will no doubt see, as next on course is Madeline Sinderberry. And Maddie rides Oaks Everest. Another horse by the super stallion Emerald. Out of Oaks, Miss Scarlet. Owned and bred by Alice Cameron at the Oaks Stud. Well, that's interesting. Maddie electing to wait in the 6. Wow, and then goes the 6, the direct line, defense 10. So already, some little connotations on course that make for an interesting competition. As the young man from Victoria, fast making him a name for himself in show jumping circles at the high end down the east coast of Australia. Chase Naylor, and Chase rides Lucifer. Lucifer VS. Again, if you look at some of this breeding and you see the depth of Alice Cameron's breeding, side by Redleaf Larrikin. And the dam is Oaks Can by Helen Chugg's Conquistador. Lots and lots of black type breeding. And this is a black type jockey. He is one for the future. Wins under his belt in the first 3 days of the Waratah warm-up. He's Chase Naylor, just 21 years of age, and he rides Lucifer VS. Unlucky, didn't quite read his double coming out, but you're left thinking to yourself how much better that young horse, no harm done, will be better for the ride, better for the indoor. Chase Naylor, Lucifer VS. I'm talking about Conquistador in the previous horse and Helen Chugg. Here's Helen Chugg's stable jockey, long-time member of the team at Diamond B, Amanda Madigan. And Diamond B are sponsoring one of our classes today. In fact, they sponsor the next class, the 7-year-old. So to Helen and team, thank you very much for your continued support of young horse classes. Diamond B Chinook is by Contendro. And the dam of the sire of the dam should be no surprise, as it's the well-regarded stallion from Diamond B, the one and only Vivant. So lots of breeding in Amanda Madigan's Diamond B Chinook. Amanda Madigan and Diamond B Chinook, all clear. And by virtue of how this competition works, she will go into our second round. where all double clears are equal first. Mattea Davidson in the saddle, qualified vet by trade. And wow, she does lots of breeding with husband Shane in terms of performance horses. I think I'm right in saying that Mattea does all her own AI work. Fairbanks Cartago is the sire of Capriati D. Mattea, a highly accomplished rider up to World Cup level. Another horse coming home on a forward 6. 9 to 10 on the curve line. So Mattea Davidson at a little school and circle attracted some faults and town penalties as Paige McBain, who kindly sponsored with her family the last class, the 5-year-olds, and Paige rides Greengrove Caspian. Another horse by Dynamite Bay, out of Delandra, who will remember was a super jumping horse. Delandra herself by Kidam's Ruben. This horse has lots of breeding. Paige McBain, Greengrove Caspian. Great job, young Paige. All clear. And we will see that combination in our second round. All clear rounds go forward into a jump off. And then all clears second time round are deemed equal first. Isabelle Mirani, long-time supporter of the Camerons and Redleaf, and Isabelle rides Redleaf Cabbage, owned by Talara Cameron, who you've seen ride earlier this morning, and sired again by Helen Chug's ASB Conquistador and the dam sire Kidam de Revel. Amanda Madigan and Paige McBain, both clear at this point. Well done, Isabelle. Good time. And all clear. Interesting how many riders are looking to ride that 6th stride coming out of the double to the last fence. Now, Anneliese Wansey, who you'll see later this afternoon, riding for Australia in the Young Rider Trans-Tasman Challenge. What a thrill that's going to be for these young riders. Anneliese rides Glenara Cristal, another horse by Emerald. Out of Lady Bollinger, owned by Michael Hercus. Just 20 years of age. Great forward shot to the last. Again, another combination. Electing to go 6. Out of the double to the last fence. Just the one rail, Anneliese Wansey and Glenara Cristal. And we go from one young rider to another highly accomplished young rider. 22 years old, Jess Rice-Ward. Jess rides Alfonso by Tulare Coal Mine. The Dam, Yukala Pippi Longstockings. Yukala stud on the Central Coast and Sunox. And Dam Sire, Couleur Rubin. Wow, what a round. Jess Rice-Ward, very much all clear on Alfonso. We look forward to seeing that combination back in our second round. That horse really put in for Jess. Josh Collins, busy boy in the saddle this morning. Yandoo Evergreen. Recently married to the lovely Emma, formerly from New Zealand. Highly accomplished from young horse classes through to Grand Prix jumping. Yandoo, of course, being the winning family operation. Josh Collins, Yandoo Evergreen. Interesting, the weight in the 8, fences 7 to 8. What will he do out of his double? Moved up for the 6, but unfortunately had 9B. But we can forgive Yandoo Evergreen just being a little green, getting round his corner and coming out the second part of that double. And we'll be extremely better prepared next time through as we move on. 4 combinations clear at this point going through to our second round. Olivia Barton in the ring, Sandhills Gem. Sandhills, of course, we know, bred by Craig and Prue Barrett. Olivia, just 23 years of age. By Sandhills Glint and the dam sire Staccato. Unlucky, Olivia, just the one rail. Olivia Barton, Sandhills Gem. Here's a gem too. We'll see more of them, no doubt. If you've just joined us and wondering what class is this is the Bellhaven Stud 6-year-old class. The first round is being judged on technique, scope, and rideability by our 3 guest judges, Rod Brown, David Finch, and Caitlin Bolger. Young rider from Victoria, Tilly Fair. Tilly, just 19 years of age. Talara Goldmine is the horse. By Coleman. And made the 6 look easy coming home. Couple down there for Tilly Fair, but again, you get the feeling that horse needed that ride. Talara Goldmine, just a couple down. Then the marks from Rod, David, and Caitlin, judged on technique, scope, and rideability, have a multiplication factor out of 10. And then we adjust to a percentage score, and we get a winner on style from the first round that receives a rug donated and sponsored by Nathan and Jennifer Wood. All our clear rounds go forward into the jump off, where all clears for a second time are deemed the joint winner of the class. Well, we've been talking about Amanda Madigan, Diamond B, for some time this morning, and Helen Chugg's involvement. So here's Amanda back in the saddle, riding Lord Melbourne. Owned by Gabby Herbosa. Confident round. Amanda Madigan, Lord Melbourne. 2 rails down, but they'll be back to fight another day very shortly. As another of our World Cup riders enters the ring from Victoria, originally from Sweden, Frida Lindgren. And Frida rides Wandery Colleen. A mare, and again by the superstar, Kanan. Technique and scope being judged, and rideability. Here's a contender. Wow, one of the best front ends on a horse. Talk about technique all morning. Frida Lindgren, another great horse coming through to the lever equestrian string. All clear. Wandery Colleen. I wonder how the judges saw that. Young Jack Barker doing a great job in the saddle. Jack rides Bellhaven Calisco by Carouse, and of course Bellhaven sponsoring that 6-year-old class.
That's what my barber tells me.
Great job, Jack Barker. Tell you what, everything he touches at the moment, he's just 16 years of age, and he's putting together some really smart clear rounds. Already won this morning. He won the 4-year-old class with Chulara Karash, and here he is again, riding like an absolute pro. Just 16 years of age, Jack Barker, all clear on Bellhaven Callisco. Tyrone Latham, all-round good fella from Queensland, and Tyrone rides Campari, another horse by Canaan, and get this, the dam sire, Ballot du Rouet, red in the purple. Campari, owned by Chloe Hughes. Certainly got some ability. Tyrone Latham, Campari, 2 rails down. 6 horses clear going forward into our second round at this point. So you get the idea. The first round, Rod Brown, David Finch, Caitlin Bolger, marking out of 10 on horses' technique, scope, and rideability. Jess Spence. Jess rides Classique Emerella, owned and bred by Jess. Another horse by Emerald Ovant Rotishoff. Saw Jess earlier walking the course with Olympian Greg McDermott. Six or 7 out of the double. Very comfortable in the 6, just the 1 rail. Jess Spence and Classique Emerella. And a heads up that your organizing committee, and particularly Edwina Mitchell, has provided sausage rolls and soup completely free of charge on the concourse outside the main office. It is a bit of a cold day, and Edwina has made available hot sausage rolls and soup, no charge. Come and grab some right now. Most welcome everybody to the concourse and enjoy the Young Horse Day, sponsored by Oak Sport Horses. But please avail yourself of the sausage rolls and soup kindly supplied by Edwina Mitchell Catering. Jess Brown. And Jess rides Oaksy Era. Another horse owned by Alice Cameron and the Oak Sport Horses. Some super breeding. The sire, Stolzenberg, and the dam sire, Verdi. You'll notice when Rod's family are riding, Rod elects to stand aside. Dave Shepherd sits in his place just while Jess is on course. Very professional judging. Jess on the 6 almost got there very early. Jess Brown, all clear. Oak Sierra, and we'll see Jess in our second round. That gives us 7 clears going forward. And the sparkling young lady that is the sparkling helmet wearing Jessica Strawling, Chaco Star, JRE. Wow, look at this breeding. Again, by Nick Skelton's Big Star is the sire. And then Jess's really well performed mare, Chatina, is the dam. And Chatina herself by Chaco Blue. And you can see Big Star, can't you, in this horse? What a great, exciting combination. The horse backs up, taking all of Jess's skills. Lovely forward 6, but 7 on the curve to 4A. Now really getting some rhythm. Oh, a masterclass on the 7. Great round, super round. Very athletic over the last. All clear. Jess Stalling, Chaco Star, JRE. And we look forward to seeing those in the second round. I tell you what, Rob Brown, Dave Finch, and Caitlin Bolger, again, I don't envy them. Some proper horses coming out now. And folks, if you're just joining us on the concourse, Edwina Mitchell Catering has provided for you, completely free of charge, soup and sausage rolls. So please come and join us and enjoy the jumping. Get something warm in your tummy. As the effervescent Nikita Moore rides the equally effervescent Moon Landing, owned by Chrissy Harris, a thoroughbred sired by More Than Ready, and the dam sire, Riddell's Choice. Wow, there is some black type breeding for you. Carefully bringing this horse on, Nikita has been doing, watched the horse go a few times and has got a mountain of scope. Doing a great job. I don't know if this horse has actually been in an indoor before. Super. Don't worry about the rails. It's more to do with confidence. Well done, Nikita. Be better for that. And so will Moon Landing. More used to the outdoors. Of course, calls home the wonderful Stonewall. A horse for the future, Nikita Moore and Moon Landing. Matthew Wally, he's got several young horses in his stable. Here's another, and again, it's another Oaks horse, Oaks Quist by Oaks Quizzical. Oaks Vedette is Mum, and Mum is by the world-class Cassini One. So again, a ton of breeding in Matthew Wally's Oaks Quist. Well done, Matthew Wally, Oaks Quist. Hopefully no harm done. I don't think so. Madeline Sinderberry. Maddie Rise, Melinda JB. Horse by Gallant. And the Dame Viola is by Voltaire. So again, we are looking at a very well-bred horse ridden by a superstar in the making. Just 22 years of age, and wow, the shape over fence one was incredibly good. Madeline Sinderberry, Melinda JB. Folks on the office side are going to get a very good side-on view of this extremely athletic horse. Ah, that is some horse. That is some horse for the future. Madeline Sinderberry, Melinda JB, I love your horse. And into the second round. And the quality just keeps coming. Olivia Hamoud, she won the last class. active producer of young horses, and of course rides herself all the way up to World Cup, second in last year's Australian League. Silverson is a gelding by Carpino Z. Bred by Kelly Slater and owned by Olivia. Well, Olivia keeps finding them. Lots to like about Olivia Hamoud and Silverson. Just the one rail. But again, heaps of potential. Wow. Welcoming back Elizabeth Hoy. SF Capricious. Capricious by, unfortunately, and recently deceased Sarah Casiago, campaigned successfully by Chris and Gabby Chug. Interestingly, the mare, Dam SF Landau Star, is by a very old Holger Schmall Kinordi stud in Queensland, Gymnastic Star. I haven't seen that horse have a mention for a while, and here it is in the background of the mare. Elizabeth Hoy, SF Capricious. Almost looks like Casiago as a young horse. I remember when George Senna first brought Casiago out with his German rider at the time. Wow, lots to love there. And well might Elizabeth pat that horse. That was special. All clear. Elizabeth Hoy, SF Capricious. Here's a young lady on course that swapped her camp drafting colours for show jumping. She's just 14 years of age, and last week was a very happy camper when she took out the children's title. Recently bought this young mare from our earlier sponsor, Greengrove. It's Taylor Ryan and Greengrove Hestia. Now the horse by Canaan. Great job, young lady. Just 14 years of age. Very enthusiastic rider, isn't she? Taylor Ryan, Greengrove, Hestia. Went the forward shot in the 5. Out of the oxer into the double. Just a bit of a reach for the mare, but a great job nonetheless. 14-year-old Taylor Ryan and Greengrove Hestia, just the one rail. And we saw Sam Overton in the previous class. Here's Sam's better half, Carly. Organises a lot of the big shows in Queensland, including Caboolture, with her great committees. Carly Overton rides Quintana ES, and again a ton of breeding by Quintago 1. Out of a dam by Darko. Carly Overton, Quintana ES. Excellent round. Carly Overton, all clear. Quintana ES jumps into our second round. That makes 11 horses going forward into our second round. The second family member of the Davidsons, Shane, now on course. And Shane Davidson rides Spectra D. He's an Entire, he's a stallion. He's by Staccato. By a homebred mare, or out of a homebred mare, Fairbanks Lulu. Who herself was by La Primeur. Staccato often finds a little bit of blood in the characteristics. Well, one of our fastest clears of the day. All rhythm, all scope. And if you've just joined us, that's what our 3 judges, Rod Brown, David Finch, and Caitlin Bolger, are looking for. They're looking for technique and scope and rideability in those 3 headings for marks out of 10, which then has multiple factors, which bring it up to a score of 100, converted to a percentage, not so dissimilar to dressage scoring. Marked from 0 to 10, 0 being non-execution, 10 being excellent. And there are, and have been, some fantastic horse rider combinations in our Bellhaven stud 6-year-old class. Back for a second ride, Jess Brown. And again, no surprise, that there's an Oaks prefix there. Jess Brown rides Oaks Cascade. Sired by Christian. And again, on the dam side, here is Canaan. Oaks Cascade. To this last fence now. Great job, Jess Brown. 2 horses through. Clear with Oaks Cascade and clear with Oaks Sierra, her premier first horse. And that brings to conclusion our first round of jumping in our Bellhaven stud 6-year-old class. Some super combinations. 13, unlucky for some, but I don't think for us this morning. That's a great round. 13 horses jumping clear into the second round, where the double clears will be deemed to be equal first. Fence 1, then left rein to number 7, which is the Brown Oxer. A little bit of a curve line heading into 8 on the 7 or 8 strides. Right rein, 9A, 9B, the 2 strides on the far side. Then there's a new fence rolling back right rein where Amanda is riding past now, fence 12. And then left rein to finish over the fences 1 and 2. 6, 7, 8, 9AB, 12, 1 and 2. And we kick off the second round with Amanda Madigan, Diamond B Chinook by Contendro, and on the dam sire, the wonderful Vivant, of course, from the Diamond B stud. The Bellhaven stud, 6-year-old class, first out, first of 13 in the second round, Amanda Madigan, Diamond B Chinook. It's a lovely clear round. Amanda Madigan, Diamond B Chinook, all clear in 44.50. And so now in this 6-year-old class, we also factor in time in the second round. So it is a time jump off as well as looking for clear of jumping faults. So Amanda Madigan, Diamond B Chinook, sits out in front, all clear. 44.50 is our benchmark time. Paige McBain, our sponsor, Greengrove Caspian. Oh, cheeky. Great turn for a young horse. Smart inside line. That was a great round. Oh, what a late falling rail. 40.44. Some 4 seconds faster than Amanda, but having done the hard work with a great turn, acrobatic in fact. Unfortunately, just a little roll at the last. As Isabelle Mirani enters the ring. Of course, riders can decide that going against the clock does not suit them on a young horse. They can take their time. But it's also good practice to put their foot down and do a few turns. Redleaf Cabbage is the horse by ASB Conquistador. The dam sire, Kidam de Revel, lots of blood, lots of speed, if Isabelle so desires. Not hanging around. Great forward shot into a double. Comfortable 8 to the last, all clear. 45.29 into second place. Remember, Amanda Madigan had gone clear, 44.50. Isabelle Mirani, lovely round. Redleaf Cabbage, all clear, 45.29 into second spot. Jess Rice-Ward. Again, just 22 years of age. Jess rides Fonso by Tulara Coal Mine. This horse, big in size, makes a beautiful sound off the ground, particularly on this surface. Sensibly, I feel. Jess rolling, but not too fast. And goes 7. It was a lovely round, beautiful round. Again, we're close, all clear. 45.99 into third position. But really used all of that horse's scope. I thought very intelligently ridden. Amanda Madigan out in front with Diamond B. Chinook, all clear. 44.50. As the lady in the ring now is no stranger to speed. Frida Lindgren, Wandery Colleen. Another horse by Canaan, owned with partner Phil, under the auspices of Lever Equestrian. This horse made a proper shape in the first round. Beautiful expression on this horse's head. Again, following Paige's inside line. Now, How effective will that turn be? Answer, very effective by some 6 seconds, nearly 6.5 seconds. A new leader, Frida Lindgren, Wandery Colleen, all clear, 37.96. But you wouldn't say she ran that horse off its feet either. It was a really intelligent round again, keeping rolling. Excellent inside line. After fence 8. After fence 12, I beg your pardon. Around 8 and back to the last 2 fences. Now, Jack Barker is on a stellar run of form. He rides one of the sponsors' horses, Bellhaven Calisco. Bellhaven stud, supporting and sponsoring 6-year-old class. Just 16. Jack Barker already won the 4-year-old class this morning. He rides Bellhaven Calisco by Carouse. And I am a fan. I'm an unashamed fan. 16-year-old guy, looks after his horse, goes, keeps going, but he's not rushing this horse off his feet. Wise, riding way beyond his years. Little feel to the last. Congratulations, young fella. Attitude like that, you're going places. Jack Barker, Bellhaven Calisco, 46.97. The time is somewhat irrelevant in that young brain of Jack's. Looking after his horse, miles on the clock. Outstanding riding, outstanding riding. Now, Jess Brown, she had 2 horses in this second round. This is Sierra, owned by Alice Cameron, and Oak Sports horses by Stolzenberg, with Verdi being the sire of the dam. Jess keeping a forward canter through her turns. Any young riders watching? Excellent. Great round. Jess Brown, Oak Sierra. It's the one rail. 44.87. We move on to the lady with the sparkling riding talent, the sparkling helmets, Jess Stalling. Chaco, Star, JRE. Out in front is Frida Lindgren, Wandery Colleen, all clear in a time of 37.96. Chaco, Star, JRA by Big Star. And Jess, another professional rider, looking for a solid clear, keeps coming through her corners. Wanted the 7, horse wanted the 8. Just the last fence, 45.37, the time taken. great experience for Chaco Star. Another horse to take my eye in the first round, Madeline Sinderberry's horse, Melinda JB. Horse by Gallant, the dam sire Voltaire, and did have a tremendous amount of technique. Comes home on the 8, just the one rail, but for the experience, one for the future. Maddie Sinderberry and Melinda JB. So at this point, it's Frida Lindgren and Wandery Colleen out in front, all clear, in a time of 37.96. This horse in the ring now also jumped very well first round. Elizabeth Hoy, SF Capricious. Made the point at the time, the more I look at this horse, it looks like a young Sarah Casiago. Unfortunately, no longer with us, but the sire of SF Capricious. Well done, Elizabeth. Smart riding. Got the inside turn, SF Capricious. Stops in 41.95. Puts them into second spot at this point. But surely a horse for the future, for sure. Elizabeth Hoy, SF Capricious. Great round. Carly Overton from Queensland, Quintana ES by Quintago. And the dam sire being Darko. So an amazing amount of black type blood in this horse. Out in front, Frida Lindgren, Wandery Colleen, all clear in a time of 37.96. Love your work, Carly Overton. Quintana ES, all clear. 43.62. Tom Cruise, now a great fan of Carly Overton with a great serenade, as we welcome the stallion. Shane Davidson, Spectra D. By Staccato, Dam Sire, Le Prima. Staccato does put a little bit of speed and blood in his offspring. So he is the only entire of the class. Goes 8 to the last and jumps it really well. Another clear round. Shane Davidson on Spectra D. Another horse to jump 12 and come inside the vertical at the top end of the arena, back to what was one. Comes into second spot. Shane Davidson, Spectre D, goes into second as we welcome Jess Brown with her second horse, Oaks Cascade, by Christiane, out of a dam by Canaan. Jess says, thank you. That will do me. In third spot was a really smart round. Elizabeth Hoy, SF Capricious. Well done to Elizabeth. Another solid performance too from Carly Overton in fourth. Quintana, ES. Amanda Madigan came first out in the jump off and lands in fifth spot. Diamond B Chinook, all clear 44.50. And rounding out the places in sixth, Isabelle, Mirani and Redleaf Cabbage, all clear 45.29. Now, in the absence of Deb Hindy, we have a very able substitute in Jen Wood. Jen, if you would like to come forward 2 seconds, please. Because Jen, you need a massive pat on the back. You're supplying all the rugs that we'll get to shortly. But just on behalf of Deb and Bellhaven Stud, would you like to say a few words about what's going on today and how important you feel that might be?
Thank you, Martin. I think Young Horse Days are probably one of the most important days you could provide for horses at proper shows like this. They need the experience, they need to be able to understand what's expected of them, and in a controlled environment like this where it's just them and their own age, I think it's so important. And I think it's really important that we acknowledge the style of the horses. For Jessie to win, well done. Sometimes the most stylish horse isn't going to win the class because they're not the fastest, but I think it's important from a breeder's point of view and a rider's point of view that we really acknowledge the best parts and qualities of that horse moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you for all your support last week, Jen and Nathan, and this week. And so if I might get Frida, please, to lead us out, because we have another presentation to make as well. So well done to Frida Lindgren and Wandery Colleen. First spot in the Bellhaven Stud 6-year-old class. Frida, if you wouldn't mind taking the lineup back outside, that'd be wonderful. Yep. Shane Davidson, obviously with the stallion, has left the arena. So well done, Frida. She wins at top level and wins at young horse level. And as Jess, as Jen alluded to, there was a winner on style for this Class 2, and it's with great pleasure that we announce the winner and the rug getter in the Bellhaven stud 6-year-old class is young rider Jess Rice-Ward Alfonso. Once again, Rob Brown, Dave Finch, and Caitlin Bolger had their work cut out. Just might hand you this, Jess. Lovely quiet horse. You might just tell us a little bit about Alfonso, and again, your thoughts perhaps on what these days do for the industry, and do you think we should have more of them?
Yeah, so Alfonso Felix, as he's known around the stable, was bred by Yandoo Park and Kalira Performance horses. So he's by Talara Coalmine, who's now with Georgina Bloomberg, and he's out of Eurocolour Pippi Longstockings, who is very well bred herself. So he kind of got good characteristics from each of them and seemed to leave most of the not so good ones behind. So he's really shown us how capable he is to go really far in this sport, and I'm really excited. He was broken in by Josh Collins, who did an amazing job, as he does with all of his breakers. And then I've been sort of left to do it myself, obviously with the guidance of Jim and Josh as well. And so I'm really proud. He's made my work very easy. He's very trainable and rideable, so it makes me look a lot better than I am. But he jumped exceptional today. I could have given him a better ride, but he was really great and shows all the great characteristics that you need. These days are perfect for young horses because they can come into the main arena and everyone can watch, and they can be put on show for future buyers or future riders or anything. So it's really good to get them in front of all the audience.
Well, really well spoken, and really look, as well as the spectators and owners, certainly the riders are giving these young horse days a thumbs up. We might actually have a word with Alice Cameron in a second, but Jess, would you like to take the plaudits, please, of your adoring crowd and take Alfonso on a lap of honour? Really well done. The Bellhaven 6-year-old class.